Personalized Fitness. I'm coming back to you this week with an addition to my blog that I posted yesterday. Hopefully you were able to check it out. It was all about the Startle Reflex and how that might be sabotaging your workouts. If you didn't get to read it yet, just to let you know, the Startle Reflex is our natural habit to when we're startled or scared. So if you can imagine, if somebody threw something at you that caught you by surprise, or they jumped at you from behind a door, your reaction might be something like this. Body rounds in, face grimaces, eyes closed, hands protect the head. We're curling in to try and protect our organs. We stop breathing. We catch our breath. So all of those subtle things make up essentially what the startle reflex is. Now, if you're working out specifically for a sport, or if you're just trying to get stronger, more flexible, if these motions are coming in during your workout, they might be inhibiting your ability to be strong, be flexible, or be fast. And I explain all that in the blog. What I wanted to expand on more today is about how to avoid that within your training. So I listed 5 things in the blog, things to avoid while you're exercising, working out, or training. The first one was avoiding the pain face. So making sure we're not squinting the eyes, curling things up. That's actually part of the startle reflex. And if that becomes part of our natural cycle in lifting, it can actually inhibit our abilities. Hopefully that one makes sense and it's easy to understand what it looks like and how to avoid it. The easiest way is just smile. The second one was control your breathing. Now, this is one I want to expand on a little bit because for every sport, for every activity, breathing patterns are different. If you're in yoga, you might be doing deep belly breaths. If you're running, it might be a more full, expansive chest breathing. If you're lifting weights, there might be times when you're holding your breath purposefully. It's called the Valsalva maneuver to help create abdominal pressure and make your spine safe during lifting. As long as you're doing all of these things intentionally, that's great, no problem at all. What you want to make sure of is that you're aware of your breathing during your training, that you're not holding your breath for no reason, or you're not working so hard that it just loses it on you. You want to be breathing nice and steady and to the specific rhythm that your training requires. So hopefully that makes some sense. The second part is perfect form. And the first part of perfect form was a long spine. Now a lot of people might wonder, what does that mean? Well, you can imagine sitting at your desk. You might be sitting there, spine pretty upright, but we tend to slouch and shrink and get smaller. A long spine is in yoga, very traditional Tadasana posture, but it's just good posture in general, thinking about lengthening, getting as tall as you can possibly be. You're actually creating space between the vertebrae, and that's what you're looking for. So one of the sports that I play is ice hockey. A great example of this is if I'm going to practice some stick handling movements, my spine might have to be rounded and flexed, but I can still have it lengthened while I'm doing the drill versus having it rounded as if I was protecting myself from getting hit. This more rounded, tight posture, again, is that scared, startled position. Where I should be practicing is with the long spine, even though I'm in a different position. So I just wanted to clarify that. Make sure you recognize it's about maintaining good posture within the shape that you have to create for your sport or activity. And that can apply across the board to any weightlifting exercises, running. There's entire systems set up around posture like chi running and things like that. And then perfect form when you're doing your exercises as well. You want to make sure you're moving through full ranges of motion and you're, again, not just keeping the spine right, keeping the breathing right, but that you're actually aware of the movements that you're making. It's those repetitive movements that are getting locked into your brain and stored away so that everything is going to be good from there on in. Now, the last part of this whole startle reflex thing was have fun in your training. If you're enjoying what you're doing, you're more than likely going to be tall, strong, confident, moving well, and you're going to not even have to worry about the startle reflex, the pain face, holding your breath, or keeping perfect form at all. So just keep that in mind. The final part of the whole puzzle was balancing tension and relaxation. Now, to do this one, it's really tough in the beginning. If you're an amateur novice at the sport you're playing or the exercises that you're doing, your body's still trying to figure out what muscles need to be working to make a movement happen. And that's okay. Don't worry about that. You can get a little bit better by going to YouTube, checking out some of your favorite athletes or people who are really good at doing it, and notice how they move and try to mimic that. But what you can do as a beginner or novice is work on noticing if there's stress in your face, your chest, places where you don't need it. Just check in occasionally and find out from what you notice as you go along. As you get more skilled, you get more into the details of all of your different movements, that's when you can start figuring out, okay, I need to relax more through this part of my body so this can open up, and then I need to tense at the last moment. So again, I just wanted to clarify through there. Start small, no shoulder hunching, no face rounding, no squinting the eyes. Keep it relaxed, keep it easy, and again, like I just said a moment before, make sure you have fun. So if you have any questions about this blog, about this video, please feel free to post them. I'm happy to answer them. I'd love to hear your feedback and give you some more myself.